any attempt to appoint GOC of the 6th Division of the
He wants to be the chief of staff, chief of army staff.
For the nation's
and he is stealing money in Biafra land, doing illegal business.
During a courtesy visit by the commander of Joint Task Force Operation.
Now listen, let's hear what Wike has to say.
Let's hear Wike. At the government house, Port Harcourt.
The GOC has his own team now doing oil bunkering.
Are you hearing? GOC, oil bunkering.
Because he wants to be chief of army staff?
Not Nnamdi kind of saying.
You give that kind of person chief of army staff, what kind of security would we have in this country?
Criminals will be everywhere.
Security are also part of the oil bunkering.
Are you listening?
Nobody can hide it.
He accused the GOC of the 6th Division of...
GOC is stealing. GOC won Yoshi in Biafra land. They are stealing. I'll imagine Janjaweed.
He cannot move here because they know the role he's playing for them.
He's playing for the army. Stealing.
Sabotaging our security architecture.
The army is sabotaging security.
Who has a security meeting, he will release it to criminals.
Unbelievable.
And chief of army staff will leave the money here because he's playing their role.
Playing their role.
What the security of this state be with such a man there as GOC? He will compromise our security architecture.
Are you listening?
And we are fighting every day, making sure that we reduce crime to the barest minimum. But you send us somebody who will going to sabotage the whole security architecture of the state.
That's what they're doing.
But Wike wondered what the joint...
Can you believe that? The army they are bringing are the ones doing the criminality. They are the ones kidnapping. They are the ones doing oil bunkering. Only Wike had the presence of mind, the bravery, and the temerity to say it out loud. But Yoruba people will not carry it. Yoruba people will not carry it. Never, ever, ever. Because they hate the truth. They think they're doing a deal with Fulani. Hey, it's your turn. It's our turn. Let's exclude the Biafra. Let's exclude the Igbo. It's your turn now. Let's share that money. That's what they're doing. The same politics of deception they played for many years that gave them nothing. That enabled the Fulanis to flood their land, to flood their bushes and their forests. That necessitated Amotekun. They have not learned anything. Nothing whatsoever. They are still covering up evil till tomorrow morning. They are the people who are in the same one Nigeria with you. That is how horrible some of them are. I don't hate any Yoruba person. I only hate your corrupt leaders. Only your corrupt leaders who are deceiving you. The same goes for Hanez and Gatron and Dioshi. They have now repented overnight. They are now talking like human beings. All of a sudden, it has dawned on them. What IPOB, what those miscreants saw from inside the valley. Them that claim they are on top of the mountain couldn't see it. But only now they are now beginning to concede that things have gone absolutely south for them. Now they are speaking. Look at Pandef, nothing. Absolutely. They have been, it is the same trick that the Fulanis play. Let us give them who is going to rule over them. That is some nonsense we are witnessing today in our land that they cannot speak. Only Wike is talking. The only person in a position of authority that's actually speaking out. Are they coming to his rescue? No. Everybody wants to be vice president to Tambuwal. They want to be vice president to Atiku in 2023. That's all they're doing. That's what they're positioning for. Very, very sad indeed. If you stand on the path of truth, if you remain on the path of truth, Yoruba media will never like you. And I'm saying to IPOB, to Biafrans all over the world, we are not going to deviate from this path. We can never ever deviate. We remain on the path of truth until Biafra is accomplished and beyond. That is who we are. Any day we stop our agitation for Biafra in truth and in every honesty. Any day that our total dedication to God Almighty in heaven wavers. Any day we spare anyone for telling lies within IPOB. that day the hands of Elohim will depart from us. And I will not allow that to happen. I will never, ever allow that to happen. Never, ever, ever. We are in a zoo where there is no competition, where we have been stifled, where there is no opportunity, no avenue for creativity to thrive, where people go to bed hungry every blessed day with no hope of what to eat the next day. There you have a media, you have a press that is covering evil. There you have a press that is covering evil, and we are saying no to that. We are saying no to that. We cannot accept that. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. We welcome I think this is the very first time nearly 3.7k people are watching us on Radio Biafra itself. These were those that Yoruba operatives in Facebook kicked out from my page. They have now gone to Radio Biafra. Now that I've said it, maybe they may now switch their attention over to that very platform as well. We are a hardworking people, and it shall remain so. It shall remain so. The essence of this broadcast this evening is to demonstrate very clearly and unequivocally that we are who we say we are. But you cannot say something for the animal in the cage inside that rock. The actor that is there. You can't say that for Jubril, who is stranded somewhere in South Africa. You cannot say that for all those that live their lives lying and deceiving all of you. You cannot say that for either of them. But we are here, and we are alive, and we are direct. And their lies did not stop there. I don't know if you have noticed what they are doing in Kanu. People are dying. There's coronavirus all over the world, and people are falling. People are dying everywhere. You know what they're saying? That they're going to test 2 million people. Is it every month or is it every 2 weeks? Nigeria to test 2 million people in 3 months. Test 2 million people in 3 months. Whereas in Canada, that is the epicenter of the outbreak, where people are falling like flies and dying, they don't have one test center, not one. All the money they are borrowing, all the grants they are getting from world bodies, they are fritting them away. Just like Boko Haram, the fight against Boko Haram. Generals are being arrested inside the airport with cartons of raw cash in foreign currency. Boko Haram is a very big business. Now, coronavirus is one other lucrative business for them. Now they're making an announcement. We are going to test 2 million people in 3 months. Oh dear. But inside Kanu, there is not one single test center. Not one single test center inside Kanu. That is how horrible they are. Now listen to what they have to say. That we have set a target of testing 2 million people in the next 3 months. The Director General of NCDC, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, as somebody quite, right, reminded us, sounds like a political party. Chikwe Ihekwazu spoke as part of the daily presidential task force briefing on Tuesday that the move became necessary as the country is lagging behind in terms of testing. But inside Kano State, that people are dying on a daily basis. Nothing is happening. Not one single test center. That's why people die and they claim they performed what is called, is it called again? Is it audio autopsy? They speculate, essentially. And people are dying. This very contagion is everywhere, infecting people. People are dying. They don't know why they are dying. And in complete disregard for World Health Organization guideline as to how to handle a corpse of somebody who is infected with COVID-19, they go to burial ground and just bury them. Just like that. In Canada, that's what is happening. And they claim that they are civilized. They claim they are truthful people. In Kanu, there is not one single test center. Not one. That was what Ganduje said. Not one single one. And whilst they are expressing concern for the continued transmission of the disease inside Kanu, somebody's coming and saying, oh, they're not dying. Even Channels TV said they don't know why people are dying in Kanu. Why would they be dying? Yoruba media. Why do you think people are dying inside Kanu? If not coronavirus. What else could be the cause of it? That tells you all you need to know about these people. Let me tell you what Ganduje said. Listen very, very carefully, please, to what the governor said. I'll read it for you. We are facing challenges from all angles that require serious attention, particularly the recent understanding that we are facing community transmission. Yet, people are dying not because of coronavirus. Ganduje explained that despite a number of measures established to curb the fast spread of the disease, the state government was still battling with cultural and traditional misconceptions on the reality of the virus. While the lockdown is commendable, and of course the economic crisis and hardship that may result from it is perfectly also understandable, he reckoned in the long run is going to yield tangible results. Now listen to this. Ganduje, governor of Kanu State, he said, the governor who worried over the continued closure, the only test center that NCDC had, the man claiming that they're going to do 2 million tests every 3 months, the only test center they have in Kanu is closed. The only test center they have is closed. The only test center they have is closed. And he has an ambition of 3 million tests every 3 months, which goes to show that they will collect the money and they will pocket it. That is one Nigeria for you. That is why they want to. The reason why segments of Yoruba media and their leaders want one Nigeria is to continue to loot, to continue to steal. That's why they can't say no. They can't say no to one Nigeria, can they? Because one Nigeria offers you an opportunity to steal. And some people said to me, why you wrote a letter to IMF about what is happening, people stealing the money and looting or these funds that are being made available. And I refer them to what somebody said today, Andrew Nevin, who works for IMF. He said, and I read, that the IMF emergency fund is because they gave to Nigeria is because Nigeria has no money. It has collapsed completely. That IMF had no choice. Of course, referring to the letter that I wrote to them, we had no choice than to give this money because Nigeria needs a breathing room to diversify its economy away from oil dependency. That's what they're saying. That people are going to die. If we don't give them this money to pay their workers, people will die. Nigeria has no money. Nigeria is bankrupt. The zoo is bankrupt. Fulani economics have bankrupted the zoo. It has bankrupted the zoo completely. And then 2023, you look for another Fulani man to vote for, isn't it? 2023, they ask you to polish your PVC and bring it with you. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. And at this point, if you have any questions, I will take them. If you go to my page and you write any questions or on Radio Biafra, I will answer them. To tell you that we are live and direct to the whole world. Let me tell you what I find very shameful about the zoo called Nigeria. Now listen to what Boss Mustafa said, the Secretary of the Government. He is now the policymaker and the chief spokesperson for the government. We may ask Madagascar to send us a plane load of herbs to treat COVID-19, says the Secretary of the Government of the zoo called Nigeria. His name is Boss Mustafa. But the same treatment is in Biafra land. The same herbal remedies in Biafra land, but they will not go there to buy it. They prefer to buy it from Madagascar. They prefer to buy it from Madagascar. And you are telling us about one Nigeria, being in one Nigeria. You are buying the same thing from Madagascar that we have in abundance in Biafra land. And you want us to be in the same country with these people? You must be joking. You must be kidding. You must be kidding. Now you understand why we're saying we want to be on our own, we want to be free. And meanwhile, you have people with this type of mindset that would rather buy something from Madagascar than buy it from Biafra land. You have people that when children are dying, they come out on national TV and they lie that the amount of deaths you have is only 40 in Kanu, when they buried over 800 in a space of 2 days. Do you see why I say that Yoruba media is evil? Do you know why they wrote this? So that those looting all the money can go and say to World Health Organization, to IMF, to World Bank, oh, can't you see? We are doing so well. There's only 40 deaths recorded. Can you believe that? Overnight, nearly 800 people died inside Kanu alone. Do you see journalism in Nigeria? And when we complain, a lot of them do not understand. As somebody quite rightly observed, that is what we are going through in Nigeria. That is why we don't want to be part of Nigeria. There is a remedy. Innocent builds vehicles, they will not buy from him. There are herbal remedies in Biafra land, they will not go there to source it. We have treatment for HIV/AIDS. They will never ever encourage it, the industry. Never. And you're claiming you're in one Nigeria. You want to remain in one Nigeria. Up until when are we going to be tolerating this type of nonsense and evil? Up until when, I ask you? When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? When will it stop? I ask all of you, shouting one Nigeria. Shouting one Nigeria. And as always, Aisha sent 18 the other day. Now they have increased it to 110 trailer loads of rice. Rice seized from Igbo merchants. Rice seized from Biafran businessmen and women in Lagos. Now, they're using it to feed Alamajiri in the north. Meanwhile, they sent the one they sent down to the south, all expired, all poisoned. But they are giving them the good ones. And you wake up in the morning and you're telling me you're the one Nigerian, that you believe in Nigeria. Are you sure you're normal? Are you sure you are okay? I ask you. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I am sure that the Yoruba boy in Facebook, having done his job this evening, you will go to Asarok and Lerato Noche will give you your money. You have managed to reduce within 1 hour from 33 plus 1,000 to 4.7. Yoruba, you have done your job. You will go and you will take money. And you want me to be in the same country with you, one Nigeria? You must be dreaming. You must seriously be joking. We are live and we are direct and the whole world is listening, of course. They are listening to us because they know on Radio Biafra we speak the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Here we call it as we see it. They are pursuing Jonathan. After eating all the money, squandering the whole thing, looting the economy dry, there is no money anywhere. Even the money meant for the clinic in Asorok that everybody can see, gone. 13.9 billion. Who stole it? Abba Kyari and his family and cronies. You know, as I told you before, the same way that the Fulanis managed to convince the Hausas that they came for the wrong good is what they're doing now. The reason why they published, oh, we are looking for the Ziani account and Jonathan account is because they, as usual, they want to deflect attention away from their incompetence. That's what they're doing. Let us deflect attention away from our own. Let us say it is Jonathan's fault. That's what they said. Give us your account. We are looking at the account of Dezian, the account of Jonathan. We want to see better the 13.9 billion stolen by Abba Kyari and the cabal in broad daylight. Nobody's investigating. They didn't ask to see Abacha's account, no. They did not ask to see Ibrahim Lamode's account, of course not. No. Did they go back to Marodiko's family? No. Did they go to Ibrahim Taher's family? No. It's Jonathan. Because we sold ourselves very, very cheap to them. That is why they insult us. There is a man called Real Want to Look Man Oil minister after oil minister. Every blessed year he's oil minister. As incompetent and as a baboon that he was. Buhari, before he died, was the petroleum minister. Has anybody probed him to ask him what happened? All the Fulani Janjaweed who are in NMPC? No. They are looking for Jonathan. So that when this headline goes all over the world, and the funniest thing is that the man who is engineering this is Tinubu. What he did during the 2015 election is to introduce the Janjaweed to the dark arts, I would say. They have caught, we've come back again. I thought they cut us off in Radio Biafra. We are back. This thing they are doing this evening is laughable. It was Tinubu that took the campaign team, the media team for Buhari's 2015 presidential campaign abroad and told them we can buy up every media space abroad and peddle our own narrative. And what is that narrative? Now, today's narrative is that, of course, Nigeria is bankrupt. Of course, we are begging for money all over the world. But please, it is not our fault. Oh, blame those Southerners. Blame Jonathan. Blame Desiane. That's the trick. And who is helping them to do it? Yoruba media. I'm having a bit of water, something that Jubril cannot do. Who is helping them to do it? Yoruba media. To give the world the impression, oh, we are suffering. It's not all those bullion van at what's his name? At Tinubu's place. They saw the bullion van during elections in 2019. They saw it, everybody saw it. Yoruba knew that when Wole Soyinka was running, when Babangida is a honeypot trap, gave Wole Soyinka some money, 200 million naira, but I remember it very clearly, to go and run road safety. Wole Soyinka put it in his account, so it can accrue some interest, and he pocketed the interest. Yoruba media, have you forgotten? Why won't you publish it? Of course not. It's Desiane. Oh, Jonathan, your account. Patient Jonathan, we trust your account. But when Soyinka took money belonging to road safety, put it inside his account to accrue interest. And Babangida called him and said, you see, you're like us as well. And Babangida said, the only man I respect is Gani Fahimi. He was the only one that was not bought. The rest we are bought, all of them. Including Taishularin, all of them we are bought over. That tells you all you need to know. They keep lying. And we keep exposing them. Where is the real one, the Lukman family? Where is the money? Where is the Abacha loot? Where is it? You're disturbing Jonathan and Desiane. As always. The same thing Fulani did to Awusa. Awusa, oh, don't worry. He's your king. They are not good Muslim. Allow us to go in. Before you know it, you become Janjaweed Emirate of Fulani. That was how Sokoto lost its natural name, which was Gobert. That thing you call Sokoto today is a Fulani concoction. The proper name, the Hausa name is Gobert. G-O-B-I-R. G-O-B-I-R, Gobert. Go and ask. The same thing Yorubas are doing today, the same reason why they lost the Lauren, Hausas did that nonsense before. They lost Sokoto. They lost Gobert, they named it Sokoto. The same nonsense they want to bring to Biafra land. Oh, don't, we are suffering. It's because of Jonathan and Desiane and President Jonathan. Do you think we are stupid? How much did Jonathan steal? Oh, Patience or Desiane? That Omar Diko did not steal. That Ibrahim Taher did not steal. That Ibrahim Lamode did not steal. That Aisha Buhari did not steal. Can Aisha Buhari travel to the USA? The answer is no. Aisha Buhari cannot go to the States. If she goes there, she'll be arrested. Some of you know about Halliburton bribery scandal, don't you? You know about it. Can Aisha go abroad? The answer is no. She cannot go to USA. If she goes there, she'll be arrested. Why don't you ask for Yusuf Buhari's account? Why don't you ask for it? No, you can't ask for it. Because all of you are corrupt. You want to divert attention. It was when Biafrans had no media. Yoruba, you can cut the Facebook listeners, remove them until it is 0. I'll continue to preach. You are wasting your time. We are now at 3 point. Bring it down to 0. I'll continue to preach. Mad people. I will preach this very gospel. It doesn't matter. It will be burning you and I'll be preaching it. Mad people. Let me tell you something. It was when, during the war, there was no media. Coco and them they were driving about in a refurbished Beetle car. Volkswagen. Now we are all over the world. It doesn't matter what you do. We are all over the world. If you like, buy up all the satellites of the world. We are still transmitting. We are still broadcasting. It doesn't matter what you do. Yoruba, you are wasting your time. And Fulani will swallow you alive. Yoruba, Fulani will swallow you alive. Then you remember Biafra. Then you remember Biafra. You have mothballed Amoteku because you are scared of the Fulani. You are scared. A bunch of cowards cannot stand up for what you believe in. Is always following evil. You see good, you see evil. Always gravitating towards evil. How do I cheat an Igbo man? How do I cheat an Igbo man? Why must you have that mindset? What is wrong with you? What is your problem? What is that demon inside you that cannot be cured with the truth? Every time, anytime you see good, you will say no, you will follow evil. Why? Name one good thing you have ever done before in the zoo. Yoruba, name one good thing you have done in Nigeria. Name one thing. Name one thing. It's only anywhere there is evil, you go. Oh, please give me some money. I have some devilish ideas. I can implement it. I can stop IPOB. Give me some money. And you think God will forgive you. You think God will forgive you. You will sink with the zoo if you don't take time. All this, if you think I'm like Azikiwe, that will condone evil. I'm not like that. Never. I won't condone it. You must be dreaming. Anywhere I see evil, I mention it. It doesn't matter who it is. I don't give a damn. I don't give a toss who you are. If I see evil, I'll mention it. Yoruba, all these your satanic tendencies, always gravitate, always going towards where there's evil. To cheat and to deceive, that's where you go. Anything you can do to put an Igbo man down, you're there. Anything you can do to put Biafra down, you're there. Anything you can do to make sure that Igbo is fighting with Ibibio, you will do it. Anything you can do to make sure you cut Biafra into two, name some people in Niger Delta, you do it. Anything that will bring division is what you do. Yoruba, it is evil, and you must stop it. Or else, write it down. Today's date is the 29th, isn't it? 29th with the time now 22 minutes past 8 p.m. in Biafra land. Now 23. It will consume you. I said it will consume you. They have Yoruba, they have panicked. They have cut off Facebook. where my face is showing. Umokoko. They have cut off Facebook, but we are continuing. I will go back and I will rejoin. I will go back and I will rejoin. I will reconnect. I will reconnect. They are mad. I'm telling them the truth. And that is why they are panicking. That is why they are scared. That is why they cut off our transmission. They are panicking. Yeah, Zoo is panicking. They are panicking. I love it. They are panicking. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are live and we are direct. They are panicking. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. Onyemuche has come back. Biafrans are coming back to my page. Yoruba, It is the truth. I tell you the truth. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're holding my life, you take it. Was Shoyinka not corrupt? Was Tai Solarin not corrupt? Name one Yoruba man that isn't corrupt. Name one. Name one that is good. I said name one. Tell me a Yoruba man that served in a public office and went back with his integrity or her integrity intact. Name one person. You can't, can you? Yoruba should stop supporting evil. Yoruba, stop supporting evil. To do you no good. I want confirmation. Chinasa, tell me if I am coming out loud and clear on they have done something to Radio Biafra. They have done something to Radio Biafra. I don't know what is going on. I do not know what is happening. I do not know what is happening. I don't know what's going on. Isn't it very funny? Isn't it very funny? Before we went out, I was at, 3.7K or so. We've come back, it's jumped to nearly, this is 5.9, nearly 6K. You see what Yoruba is? You see how Yoruba is messing themselves up in Facebook? You see how they're messing them? Do you see how disgraceful they are? You think you can stop the truth? You've got to be joking. You must be dreaming. We are live and we are direct. And humanity is listening to us because we preach the truth. You may not like it. And quite frankly, I do not give a damn. If you like it or if you don't like it or it doesn't bother me. Because we preach the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. We are live and we are direct. The world is all I see 7.3. Hey, Yoruba. Yoruba, leave evil, that evil may leave you alone. This same evil was what Afonja got dabbled in, and you lost a lot. Till now, you have not learned anything. Have you? You've learned nothing. Absolutely nothing. I was broadcasting 1 minute ago. You reduced my number from over 33,000 to 3,000. And reconnected. And it's over 8K. And when I preach this very gospel, people don't understand. We will continue. Because we are relentless. If you like, reduce it to 0. They got so frustrated, they cut off the whole thing. Is it going to save you? Skate can't save you. I'm a Nnamdi Kanu. It can't save you. I preach the truth always. Look at my face, oh. Look at it. I am pulling it, oh. Because when we catch any time. Yes, Chinasa said they cut us off. We are back again. We are back again on Radio Biafra. We are back again on Radio Biafra. Streaming live and direct. You see my face? I'm pulling it. Come and pull that his face. I'm pulling my face, see? Is there any mask? But you see Jubril. Here, this one is 4. Here, 2. Here, 2, making it 4. Eyebrow, 1 is here. The other one is here. 4 eyebrows. Hole, there is a hole here. You want me to open? Let me show you that I don't have any hole in the neck. Can Jubril do this? Can Jubril do it? I'm asking you. Jubril, can Jubril do it? Do I have any hole on my, can you see it? Can you see it here? Any hole on my neck? You claim your president is a man with a hole in the neck. Zoo is finished. I know some of our white folks watching will say this man is to demand, and I love it. We are 11K. Yoruba, leave evil that evil may leave you alone. Just leave, abandon evil. You're not going to get anything. You cannot gain anything. And leave Jonathan alone. Leave Patience alone. You can even maybe toy with Jonathan a little bit, but Patience, you must leave her alone. You must. You must. In fact, who asked, let us go, who is the idiot who is looking for patience to start with? Let us see who the idiot is looking for patience. Mad people. Bloomberg reports that the banks told to provide the bank details of Jonathan and others, including Citigroup, who asked for it. The Attorney General of the zoo was quoted by the court documents as asking for information contained. Okay, IPOB, you have a standing order. I want to know everything there is to know about that little criminal. That boy called Abubakar Malami. The grades he scored in school. The schools he went to. The lecturers he bribed. I know he's a quota graduate of law. I want to know everything about him. I want to set an example with him that others may learn. This boy, I will set an example with you that others may learn. I don't care what you do. You see, Patience Jonathan is untouchable. 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 Since we are now in the business of writing letter, I wrote one to IMF, now you're writing to, and to World Bank, now you're writing to banks. Let us up the game. We are now going to write to banks all over the world to give us the bank accounts of every Fulani criminal, including Abakari family. You want to write letter? We are now going to write letters now. We are now going to inform every bank in the world, and we know where the monies are hidden. I warned you. You don't go after Patience Jonathan. You don't try that rubbish at all, at all, at all. Desiani, you don't go after her. I don't know who they are. But you can't go after them without going after Aisha Buhari, that is wanted in America for fraud. Halliburton bribery scandal. She is involved. You have not asked for the bank account of Aisha Buhari. You have not asked for the bank account of Ibrahim Lamode. You have not asked for the bank account of Yusuf Buhari, the fourth largest, should I say, the fourth richest man in Africa. You're going after Patience Jonathan. Because Jonathan is a gentleman, he's quiet. He wants one Nigeria. He's a statesman. He wants UN to call him and give him justice of peace. You can do whatever you like with Jonathan. But to see Patience, no go area. No go area at all. Where did Aisha get the money to buy 18-trailer load of rice? From where, I ask you? From where? Where did she get the money from? I don't blame you, I blame Jonathan. I blame Jonathan. I blame the idiots that call themselves Niger Delta. I blame the bastards that call themselves Niger Delta. The hopeless fools, I blame them. A former first lady, albeit in a zoo, you want to ask for her account. Hey, Chineke, thank you very much. Now, since we are all going to be investigators now, every account, every money in that account belonging to Fulani, every money belonging to Tinubu, Tifnubu, we want it. So we can also write to them. You know IPOB. One order tonight, everything we say will start trending all over the world. Number one in the world, not even 2 or 3. Are you aware? You want us to since you don't have the fear, there is no fear, Malami, you don't have the fear to go after Patience Jonathan. All of you are fair game. All of you are fair game, all of you. Fulani criminals, all of you criminals with your hotels in Dubai, with your estates in Dubai, you are gone. And even those hiding their loot in China. You think you're safe? Do you think you're safe? That somehow China will save you? You are drunk. You are mad. You're asking for the account. So when they ask you, why did you mismanage the economy? You say, oh, it's a Jonathan and Patience and Desiani. Hey, they took all the money. All the money you've been laundering through Dangote, you think we don't know? So somebody can become a multi-billionaire in the whole of Africa with pasta, rice, and sugar. That you gave him a monopoly? You think we do not know? Do you seriously, do you look at us as fools? Do you know this is IPOB? Do we look like fools to you? Fulani, do you think this generation will look like fools? Do you think we are Zikiwe? Or Babiasika? Only Awodo, begging you for governorship. Do you think that is who? Do you know we are IPOB? Are you aware of that? We shall teach you the lesson of your life next time. When you hear the name Patience Jonathan, you won't go close to her. You are mad. You are mad. I thought you've learned your lesson not to go after our people anymore. We said we won't defend them, yes, but I noticed that was somehow a kind of an encouragement to go after our people. No, you can't do that. Any day you are prepared to solve the issue of corruption, you convene a large commission. Appoint judges from outside the zoo. Then you announce all the cases one after the other. Not your selective. You think that nonsense Otman Danfodio played on the Habe monarchies of the North will work with us? Is that what you think? So if you come and select Jonathan and Patience, and then we'll leave you, you take them, you rubbish them. No, it can't happen. No, not now. It can't happen, I'm telling you. Since you want us to request for bank account, we now request for bank account for everybody, that the world may see those who are looting, and those our starting point is 13.9 billion, which you have not answered. Nobody, no Janjaweed has been able to answer this question. Yoruba media will not ask them, where is the 13.9 million budgeted for Asoro Clinic? Where is the money? Aisha said, not even a single syringe is there. Where is the money? You're looking for Patience Jonathan. You people are mad. You people are insane. Alamajri, you are insane. You're insane. You want to go after Patience, their bank account. Hey! How about your own bank account? Why don't you publish it? Because he who goes to equity goes with clean hands. Publish your own bank account. Then we know. You idiots, you sit in DSS office. You call Yoruba Gota Media and their unemployed graduates with nothing to do. Pay them 3,000 naira to be talking. Do you know we are IPOB? We squash everybody. If you come to social media, we will squash you completely and totally. We decimate you. Because we have the facts and we have the figures. And we have an army that cannot be bought. An unbuyable army. They are the worst to deal with. An army you cannot buy. You're playing with us. Talk about. Let me hear him again from you, President Jonathan. In fact, we're even starting step without even waiting for your next rubbish. Don't touch her. You're insane. Talking about Patience Jonathan. You are mad wherever you are. Alamajiri with quota education. Idiot that doesn't know the rule of law. You got your quota job and you're doing it very well for the rest of your cabal, and you think you can extend that to rubbish to President Jonathan? I think you're mad. Mad people. Jonathan opens up. Why are you responding to them? Why is President Jonathan responding to them? What for? Have they gone to the family of Umar Diko? Have they gone to the family of Ibrahim Taher? Have they gone to the family of the Sultan of Sokoto? How many oil wells do they have? I'm asking you. Were they acquired legally? People involved in loot and burn. They burnt CBN. They burnt Federal Inland Revenue. They've been burning offices everywhere. And you're telling me you're pursuing Jonathan. I think you're mad. Absolutely mad. I just had a sip of water. Unlike Jubril who cannot. I just had a sip of water. And the world is listening. We are live and we are direct. Humanity is on our side because we are propagating the truth. And nothing but the truth. This is the reason why they want one Nigeria. To cheat all of you. One is one Nigeria. This is one Nigeria. This is Nigeria. I am taking you back to what those they call their founding fathers. Not their founding grandfather, but their founding father, because Zoo has no grandfather, it's only father. No grandfather, no ancestry, no history. Because their life started in 1960, more or less. What did Awolowo say? I am saying this because of those who are going about talking rubbish. Oh, it's one Nigeria. We want our one Nigeria. Our founding father. Let us see what your founding father said. Awolowo, this is what Awolowo said. And please, Amaka, put it everywhere. Please put it on the page. Since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historic. Sorry, this is Tafawa Balewa. I do applaud. I a very well-spoken man. I saw his video. I've always known. You can say anything about him, but Tafawa Balewa was erudite, well-spoken, well-learned, polished, I must say. Tafawa Balewa was polished, very neat, clean, well-spoken, highly educated. And so which shouldn't have, I don't know those that meant to kill him, but they shouldn't have killed him. He was a very good man. Not, I'm only saying a good man, and he was in the midst of Janjaweed, Fulani, a cabal worse than the rubbish you're seeing now. All of a sudden, we are over 20K. This is somebody that Yoruba reduced to 3K a while ago. Hey! Yoruba. Very sad indeed. I don't know what they're doing with evil. Is that why they put so much pepper in their soup or stew? To burn the evil inside? I don't know. It's not what I said, though. It's, I'm repeating what others said. Tafawa Balewa said in 1948, since 1914, the British government has been trying to make Nigeria into one country. But the Nigerian people themselves are historically different in their backgrounds, in their religious beliefs and customs, and do not show themselves any signs of willingness to unite. It was never united. Never, ever, ever united. Never. Tafawa Balewa. Let us go to Awolowo. North, West, and East. Awolowo said, Nigeria is not a nation. It is a mere geographical expression. There are no Nigerians. Nigeria doesn't exist. Awolowo, a Yoruba man. In the same sense as there are English, Welsh, or French, the word Nigerian is merely a distinctive appellation to distinguish those who live within the boundaries of Nigeria and those who do not. Our Bafemi Awolowo never believed in one Nigeria. The North did not believe in one Nigeria. They was not telling us, let's work for one Nigeria because of crude oil. That's why I call them hypocritical nationalists. They are hypocrites. How about the Jonathan of his day, peacemaker? He wants people to love him. He wants to be seen as the voice of Pan-Africanism, a dreamer, a hopeless dreamer. Let's read what he had to say. It is better for us and many admirers abroad that we should disintegrate in peace and not in pieces. Listen. In 1964, Azikiwe said, they have said the reduction again, Yoruba. Azikiwe said, let us break up in peace rather than in pieces. Should the politicians fail to heed this warning, then I will venture the prediction that the experience of Congo will be a chance play if ever it comes to our turn to play such a tragic role. He later on became an avid one Nigerian. Why did he become one Nigerian? Because Ojukwu did not allow him to lead Biafra. There's a saying where we come from. I will have to say it in the language of heaven. Do you understand that? It was Ojukwu that went out, fought, and got Biafra to be at least recognized by some all over the world. Azikiwe wanted it. And Zik said no. Sorry, Azikiwe wanted and Ojukwu said no. Rather. Zik wanted to be the head of state of Biafra. And Ojukwu said no, it doesn't work like that. He became a one Nigerian. Does that say something about Sabo? You see all these traitors, Mandi with feeding bottle. Both Sabo with feeding bottle and Sabo with walking stick. You see that mentality they have. Am I going to lead? If I don't lead, I will go to Abuja and sabotage what you're doing. I will connive with Yoruba, some few elements in Yoruba. We sabotage what you're doing. Is that very clear now to all? It didn't start now. It started then. It started from way back, way before. That is why we preach always and relentlessly that the truth must be spoken. You may not like it, but it's the truth. In that same zoo was where Azikiwe was telling Tafawa Balewa and Ahmadu Bello, train your Almajiri. Jonathan built schools for them. Have you forgotten? The same Jonathan that trying to probe. The same problem that Jonathan saw, the Almajiri problem, and tried to solve it. Jonathan wanted to solve the Almajiri problem in today. Boss Mustafa is saying Almajiri portends danger for Nigeria. Now you understand, don't you? Now you understand, don't you? There's no wonder they're going after him. They've remembered all the good work he did with Almajiri. They're saying, oh, let's go after him and suffer him even more. That is zoo for you. That's the way they behave. And I hope that one day the Holy Spirit will touch the mind of those very evil Yoruba people so that they may repent. That's what I pray for on a daily basis. The Secretary of the Government of the Zoo, Boss Mustafa, has warned that Al-Majri may become an army that will overwhelm Nigeria in the future. Always them. Always them. Bandits, terrorists, headsmen, from the same people, from the same, fertile recruitment ground with Al-Majri. They never change. And you want to be in one Nigeria with them? But you know the funniest thing, if the zoo were to be divided tomorrow, I call north, go on your way, middle belt, west, east, there'll be peace over. Immediately there'll be peace everywhere. Now they're warning you that an army of Al-Majri will come up in the future. You will see a very clever politician now, they'll go and recruit them, start recruiting them now. To form an army for them, to intimidate somebody in the future. The same way Obama and Hillary brought COVID-19 to terrorize Trump out of office. Of course we know. Obama said in the next 5 or 10 years, which is the electoral cycle. He said the electoral cycle. In other words, if there's a Democrat, there'll be no problem, it will be 10 years. But if there's a Republican, then we'll hit you with COVID-19. And it happened, didn't it? This is Radio Biafra. We are live and we are direct. The time now is approximately 12 minutes to 9 p.m. in the evening in the land of Biafra. The same number of minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are in the whole world. We are live and we are direct. And the next president of the zoo, according to their calculation, of course, is going to come from the north. By that time, we would have gone anywhere. Chukwuabiama willing, not out of any strength that we mortals possess. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is wasting his time. The same way they messed up Abiola is how they will mess you up. You can't win. You can never, ever win. The Fulanis don't trust the Yorubas. They use them. They use them. That's the politics of the zoo. You can say anything about the East. You can say anything about Biafrans. You can say anything about the Igbo man, but one thing he doesn't do is we don't know how to do beat clicking at all. Forget about Hope Uzodinma that they're now denying that he wasn't the one squatting and bowing before an emir. There is a picture of Emefiele, the CBN governor, serving tea to Ismaila Funtua. And I want that picture published. He will not tell you, hey, it is one man from Gambia. It's not him. That's what you have to do. So, of course, everywhere you go to have a few evil people, you have a few traitors. We know that for sure. That's what's happening in the zoo. One, you can accuse the Igbos of anything you like. One thing is that they don't know how to do this, this bootlicking thing. Lapdog, they don't play it very well. They may play it for maybe 4 years and then they give up. That is why in the zoo, every time they think it's going to be between Fulani and Yoruba, we can play a game. And as you're playing this game, or these games, so to speak, your forest is going, your land is going. We are live and we are direct, of course. And darkness has disappeared. Lo and behold, light has come in. As we told you, it will come in. Alamajiri is everywhere. The only man that tried to help them, good luck Jonathan, the only man that tried to help them, they are trying to probe him. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And somebody wrote a very compelling piece about the money belonging to Biafrans that Obafemi Awolowo stole immediately after the war. Obafemi Awolowo stole that money in the hope that the Fulanis will give him the rulership of Nigeria. That didn't materialize. So Tinubu is also wasting his time. Fulani only support those that they bring out. Like Obasanjo. Obasanjo contested with Olufalaye. Olufalaye was a highly learned man, highly principled man, I must say. One of the few that I actually like in Yoruba land, that speaks his mind, speaks the truth. And the Fulani said, no, it's not time for anybody else apart from Obasanjo that we know and trust. And they gave it to him. So that Obasanjo can also give it back to them, as he did in 1979. After the death of Murtala Mohammed in 1976, they gave it to Obasanjo. They said to Obasanjo, we are giving it to you on the condition that when we return to democracy, you give it back to us, and you gave it to Shehu Shagari. The same thing they have done. They have given it to Obasanjo and said to him, you must return this to Yaradua. And he did. Now you understand the game they're playing. And now you understand the reason why I believe very strongly that the Yorubas must stop what they are doing and embrace the truth. And that truth is that everybody must be on their own. Everybody must be on their own. I commend, I think it's Professor Kintoye, isn't it, that registered the Odua movement with a branch at the UN. This is highly commendable. I welcome what he's trying to do. And hopefully from the likes of Professor Kintoye, a new breed of Yoruba will emerge that believe in the truth, that will not serve the Janjaweed sheepishly, that will have men and women that will run their media and speak the truth always, not the charade that Channels is putting up. We pray very strongly that they will hold their ground, that they will make sure that even within Yoruba land itself, that truth always prevails. That's all that we're asking them for. And on that very note this evening, that very conciliatory note, we bring our very brief proceedings to an end. I will be live again on air on Sunday. I will broadcast again on Sunday, 7 p.m., same time, same platform. And I will, of course, encourage you to join us then. There were a few announcements I would have made today in relation to the changes that we are making in the Netherlands and also in Belgium, but that will have to wait until Sunday. What I have to say to you this evening is that thank you very much for listening to us. But do not forget that this Biafra that we are pursuing is more important than life itself. For Biafra is our religion. Here on radio, Biafra is where we worship. Because Elohim is our God in heaven. Once again, I thank you very much for listening. And from me, From here, it is good evening.